Not
Or
everybody.
if you're still online, we can still show them right now because we still got a collection of folks. So
Yeah,
let's
let's go.
see.
Keep going.
Bill
Keep
Lucian's
talking.
still
Keep
here?
chatting.
Yeah, Bill's still here.
There he
Bill,
is.
what you got, buddy? Oh, you sound like Mickey Mouse.
Oh no, it's Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, there's something
You
wrong
must
with your
have
audio.
a loose
That's
wire
funny.
or something on your mic. No, that's not better.
Wow. Extra for that.
That's awesome.
Well, hey, Bill, I'm going to come back to you, but unplug your mic and plug it back in. There's something going on with your mic connection.
Or gargle.
All right, let's go to Steve Tydell here. Hey, Steve.
That wasn't nice, Jim.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
Hey, Steve.
Great demo.
We
Thanks.
want to get through them, so we're going to speed through the rest of y'all here.
So I was lucky enough to go to the Irish Wood Turning Symposium last weekend, and Barbara Dill was over. I'm actually quite good friends with Barbara, and we got discussing, and I started messing about with. I'm not really a bowl turner. I've never really enjoyed turning bowls, but I've got a lot of bowl blanks, so I kind of thought, how could I turn a bowl blank differently? So I've made this kind of art piece. I don't know if you can see that.
That's cool. That's very
Seen that
nice.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
That thing is
Yeah.
I
awesome.
saw your picture on that, Steve. That's pretty wicked.
That's just a separate sphere that's made of yew, and it has 6 equilateral lines around it. I've turned a separate little stand inside just to raise the. That's turned multi-axis as well.
Wow.
Very
Wow,
cool.
that's awesome.
And then this is hollowed out. All the tubes are hollow as well.
So cool.
So it would have been on
That
4
is-
axes, turned
That's
this
cool.
way, that way, and then orientated this way on the lathe, all between centers. No jigs or anything like that, all turned between centers and using a chuck.
Nice.
Very
That's
nice.
just crazy, Steve.
That's cool.
So that's that one. And these are I make quite a few of these. This is the dragon claw goblets that I turn.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, those are really cool.
So I turn the goblet quite thick, and then I power carve the claws, and I make it look as if it's bursting out of the stem.
wood base. That's cool.
That's very
Wow.
cool.
Do you have a picture of that
Brilliant
online,
job, Mike.
Steve?
That's quite an old one. Every time I make a new one, this is one I kept because the wood cracked at the bottom, so it wasn't really any good. It adds character. I've got a dragon's eye on the bottom of that one as well.
Why don't you take a couple photos of that and put it on the group page so we can, see the detail of it better, because you're kind of far away from the camera. We can't see the detail on it.
Yeah, the light isn't. I'm up in the loft in my workshop. It's very very rainy day here in Ireland today, so I came up in the warm loft. And then just this, I was playing around with just different multi-axis.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
That's
cool.
very Barbara Dillish right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's my inspiration. She's kind of mentored me over the last couple of years online and stuff. So I try and do her proud by doing my best. So yeah, that's my stuff. Thanks for having me.
That's great. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, cool stuff. Thanks, Steve.
Steve.
Awesome as always, Steve.
Have you
Hey,
ever
Terry.
heard of Jean-Francois Estalon out of France? You should look him up too.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've booked. I have a few articles of his stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome too. Hey Terry, go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, I'm here. Last week I showed what I was trying to do with the finials that Matt did, and I went back and I did a Christmas ornament. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's off of a thing that Theo did. I don't know if he was still on again this week, but he was on a couple weeks ago. And I watched a video that Theo did on making a holy Bible And I made that, and you can see the angel inside, and then another one on the top. The angel's loose, and it's got the ribbon finial on it.
Oh,
That's cool, Terry.
nice
Oh,
ribbon.
Very nice.
I made another one, but it I didn't get done with it. I had a lot of things going on this week. I didn't spend much time in the shop.
You
And
only got one of them?
I got one more just about done, and I'll make another one. It's come out pretty good. I like it. There was a long story behind it. The drilling, Theo did it. He had different jig that he drilled with, and I tried a couple of different drilling jigs, and I didn't have much success with them. I actually did these freehand. I just set a grid up using my index wheel and where they were, and then I had the Forstner bit. And with using a Forstner bit with this size, I can actually tell how I'm coming in, straight or crooked, by how the depth I've got all the way around. And I did pretty good. I'm not 1,000,000% happy with it, but it came out pretty good. But I tried a couple different ways. I thought at first I would drill them and then try to howl it. Well, that turned into a small explosion, so don't do that. So what I did next time was I went ahead and marked it all out and put all my grids down on it, the way I wanted it, where I wanted the holes. And then I drilled one big one just in the depth that I wanted, like 1/4 of an inch. And then I changed the rotation a little bit and drilled one of these at the same depth that I wanted. Then I turned it again and drilled one on the other side. And the reason I did that is so that I wouldn't have all three of them in a line where I would make a weak spot in the thing when I come around, because that's how I got a catch and broke it. And it worked out really good. I come out and I didn't have any problems catching it. And I could see through the holes that I drilled to give my exact thickness that I wanted everywhere. So worked out pretty good. I got a couple more in the works and a couple more finials. They actually did a demonstration on Matt's video. I did it for our club last weekend on Saturday. And I've actually gotten a couple of fantastic pictures back, which is really good because we only had like 5 or 6 people in that showed that game. But one of them did a really fancy one. It had like 3 turns in it and in the same length. And she put it on a conch shell. Came out really nice. And that's about all I got. Just wanted to show that.
That was
and
cool.
Thanks a lot to Matt for showing that to me. And
Very good.
Well,
Thanks,
my
Terry.
pleasure.
more.
My pleasure,
Thanks,
Terry.
Terry.
I did it for my club too. And one of the guys in my club, a really good carver, did a 3 flute one. It was just amazing. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought about trying to do a couple of flutes, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But
Next week.
yeah, I think it was about the same length, and she got 3 turns in it. Almost looked like a pigtail. It was really pretty. So that's what I got. And that was a great demo, Kate. I appreciated it.
Thanks, Terry. Pleasure.
All right. Well, I believe that does it for everybody. Last 2 folks, they've already said goodnight and moved on. So that's it.
I got
tonight.
something to show quickly,
Well, okay.
Oh, good.
if you want.
We can pop you up.
Yes,
Sure.
always.
I've been doing a couple goblets, live edge goblets here and there. I have a demo next week I'm doing for the Alamo Wood Turners. And I'm going to be demonstrating live edge goblets. So here's one in birch. Here's one with a captive ring.
Cool.
They're a really good project to use some of your smaller limbs of your wood. You definitely have to do slicing cuts and not scraping cuts to keep that birch bark on there. Other barks are a lot easier to keep on, but birch bark will fly off and smack you in the face if you're not slicing versus scraping. Here's one in red maple that I did in a demo a few months ago for a club. And that's a live edge goblet with captive rings. One's maple, two are ash. And then this is wild grapevine I got from a friend at our club who is a farmer, and he was cleaning up the fence lines, taking away all that wild grapevine. I turned it wet, and you can actually see it has a little bit of a lean to the left as it dried. And all these pieces do have their pith in it, as long as you turn them to the correct wall thickness. You can leave the pith in your work. And I thought that was really nice. I tried turning another one of these, but a lot of them spalted a little too far gone. So I have two other pieces that I didn't cut up and put in bags yet. But I will be talking to the farmer again to get some more of this wild grapevine.
That's beautiful.
And then the one I turned yesterday was this one, again, out of birch.
Oh, wow.
And really nice and thin. If I go like this too much, the lid starts flexing on you. But it's really fun to do, and I enjoy the adrenaline rush of some things I make. So I had to go thin on this one. And this is spalted birch. So that's it for me for this week.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
Right on, Kade.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Good stuff.
Beautiful.
Oh, all right. We'll take
Joaquin.
some more requests here. Joaquin,
Yeah.
I see you're in now.
Yeah. I put something earlier in, but it's under owner instead of Joaquin. So
Oh,
for
that's why I couldn't find. That's why I couldn't find owner.
yeah, I just changed my name on it so you didn't know who in the world it was. Yeah. Well, for October, I had to turn a pumpkin. My box here. This is out of
nice. Very nice. Those are fun.
And my wife, she likes pumpkins. Every time we go out of town and there's a glass blower, she always has to have one of the pumpkins I do. And then I'm trying to get in the Christmas spirit and get some Christmas ornaments done here. Really been busy with the demos and classes, and so now I'm free to do the ornaments. This Christmas tree. Pick this wood out of the firewood pile.
Wow,
that's nice.
What kind of wood is that?
Nice color contrast.
It's found,
mystery.
Wood, mystery wood, pretty wood.
That's
White
pretty.
sap wood, brown wood, brown heartwood, pretty wood.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah.
And a cross on top. That's cool.
Yeah.
Top it all off.
And this was I just got a bunch of elm. So this is a piece turned out of some fresh elm. And it's still green. I left the tenon on there so I can do some sanding and finishing it up. And
That's pretty.
I got a bunch of ornaments I got to make. I got started on the sea urchins today. And this is the first one I got done today.
Ooh.
Got a little bit of sapwood on one side of the finial. I've got about a dozen of them I need to get done, plus everything else to go in the gallery. And that's where I am at the moment.
Yeah. All right. Well, your dog's taking care of business right now.
Buddy, what are you doing? You're on camera.
Hey, it's after hours. It's okay.
Don't look, Ethel.
Usually he's on his back all sprawled out.
I love that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Todd, what you got?
Hey, Todd.
Oh, well, I'm not sure I can follow that dog.
Well, we probably don't want you to follow it either.
You definitely do not. I just have a couple of small bowls. So got this little maple bowl that I turned. and then did a Hampshire sheen carnival colors on the bottom of it and left it matte.
Hmm.
So
Oh, very
Pretty
nice.
shiny for matte.
well, it's it has a little bit of sanding sealer on it, but then I used the right scrubby to like knock that back and just sort of left it there. And I really liked the figure on the inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned the second one, and here's the inside of that, and this also maple, and has just crazy chatoyance to it.
Wow.
And then I've been working on these intrinsic colors and lacquer on the bottom, and so on this one,
Ooh.
Nice.
I don't know if I can get the best light on it, but I'm getting closer to that one that Kelly showed us a few weeks ago. So
That looks like a Dane finish there to make.
Very
That
nice.
is beautiful.
yeah, thank you. So that chatoyance on this side right here is just crazy. So really happy with that one.
What's the finish?
So that's the Hampshire sheen intrinsic. It's sky blue, honey, and oh goodness, ruby or something like that. Maybe just a tad that turned purple with that blue, and then it's the Hampshire sheen gloss lacquer, spray lacquer over the top of it. 4 coats of it knocked
Very
back,
Nice.
and this other one was Hampshire sheen carnival colors, not intrinsic, so sort of a little difference. But that's what I did Saturday.
Cool.
So, thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks for
Looks
showing
like a
up.
nice day.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the big Alabama.
Oh,
Hey, Howard.
That's you, Howie.
here's a vase.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Wow.
That is cool.
Live edge vase. This is white oak, and this is African blackwood, and the finials African blackwood, and the inserts African blackwood.
That is awesome.
Looks good.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Hey, Dane.
Yeah.
I want to share a screen of that piece that Brenda did.
Huh?
Pardon?
This is Joaquin. I want to share the screen of a piece that Brenda did that Terry's talking about. She sent me a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully I can get it. Yeah. Yeah, she's a lady, our secretary, been mentoring her for a while, and she is coming a long way. Do y'all see it?
Oh, wow.
Cool.
I don't.
Nice.
And see, she put all them twists in there.
Yeah.
And she's a show to do, and she's been doing all kinds of stuff, and she's really doing a fantastic job at it.
Tell her congrats.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Tell her to come to the meeting.
Yeah, she's got 4 girls, and she's really busy.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get her. They're in school, and
Yeah.
she's come a long way. She's really done a lot of good work.
That's good.
Really come along with the journey. I've been demoing the journey and pinning off. She's got to surpass me on that thing. But anyway, that's it.
All right. Thank you. Back into the chat here. That looks like I got everybody. Oh, it's almost shot time. I'll be right back. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Hey, Cade.
Yes. Hey, Joaquin.
Right on your demo, are they dimensions on that tippy top to follow?
Yeah, I went over them all in the demo. I
I'll
don't have
go to the
anything.
demo when it's on. Okay.
Yeah, I went over absolutely all the dimensions and proportions and actual center versus the mass center, and it's all in the demo. So if you rewatch it, you'll be able to see it all. I don't have anything written out. It's just all up here.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And it's in the video.
Okay. I've been going to do one for about 2 months and just hadn't got around to it.
Yeah, they're fun to do. I want to start making a couple with exotic woods and different color contrasting exotic woods, but I think the extent of the segmenting would be the handle to the body of the piece. Might be tricky if you start segmenting items to really keep the balance and the weight proportions and the center mass and all those proportions correct. But it's worth a go. If anybody wanted to try it, it'd be cool to see if it all works out. I want to make some more and maybe color them, dye them, or stain them in different types. But on such a small piece, you can only get so much for them or so much of a price point out of them. So again, you don't want to put too much time into them for what you can get out of them if you're selling them. But if you're just giving them away, I mean, no harm, no foul, no, doesn't matter. So.
It's funny. Last week I was asked to do a demo for the Art Society of Corpus Christi. Now, what in the world do you show a bunch of artists and some photographers, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I grabbed old Glenn and we went down there. The first thing I did was the top. It's about 3 inches in diameter. And I'm doing all these, chatters and spirals and coloring it. And they're really impressed, you know? I get ready to do the last one on the backside. It goes flying off across the room. The only thing it saved is when I spun it, it spun forever. And I give it away to the first person that raised their hand that had a grandchild. So it was fun though, trying to figure out, how do you demo for different people that have no knowledge or interest in our trade, and that's all I do. Doing something artistic.
Wow. That'd been challenging.
Yeah.
What's everybody else been working on lately? Any things on the go or anything on the lathe or anything on the finishing table or finishing room? I got, I don't know, 50 or so ornaments in behind here hanging from rafter to rafter. I just finished a whole bunch and delivered them. I got a few more to do. But I mean, the first 100's not so bad, but when you start getting into the 300 or 400, it gets a bit daunting. But I mean, the price, the end game is worth it. So it's just fitting them all in because I've been doing lots of classes and courses and demos and 101 classes for a couple woodworking schools up here in Ontario. So that's keeping me busy too.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you sell your tops for? Your tippy tops?
The tippy tops, probably like $5 or $10, $5 to $10 each. I mean, they don't take long at all. I mean, when I'm talking, they take quite a bit of time. Right. But if I just turn them and bang them out in a production style, I mean, they're a couple minutes each.
Yeah.
So make money on quantity.
Yeah.
That's one of them impulse buys, right? to draw them in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those projects that helps pay for the craft booth fee.
Yeah.
That's
Or
what
it's
I-
impulse buys to shut your kid up, so to speak, because the kids always want something. They're like,
Yeah.
mom, give me this. Mommy, can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that? They're trying to touch everything. It's like, okay, just shut up. Here, you can have a damn spinning top or a tippy top or whatever. So they usually buy one for every kid and there's some adults that come around and collect them. So they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, never seen one like this before or one like that before or a color like that before, and they'll be all over them. So
2 weeks ago, I did a craft fair. I sold a little over 100 tops, and they're all to adults.
yeah,
Not a single kid bought one. All the adults bought them. And there's no kids with them either. The adults were like, wow, I want some. And they just buy a bunch of them. So
What'd you ask for them?
$5 each. But they weren't the tippy tops, though. They're just the regular,
Yeah.
you spin it type
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, that's a good price. I mean, the tippy tops, I'm closer to $10 each. The actual regular tops are about $5 each. The ones I do for the toy store, they're $3 each, and they sell them for $5 each. So, but I mean, I'm banging off hundreds at a time, so it makes it worth it.
And once you get going, you can make a lot of them really fast.
And it's all your smaller pieces, offcuts, scrap pieces, and stuff like that. So
that's what I use mine for. They just all go. Same with my ornaments. That's all offcuts from bow blanks I've cut on the bandsaw and stuff. Yeah. But really, I'm making all my money I'm making all my money off the bowls and all those scraps that I turn into ornaments. That's just time. It doesn't really cost me anything. It's all time. That's all that is.
yeah, the wood's almost free at that point because you get the money from the bigger and better pieces.
Yep.
So the smaller trinkety items like tops and ornaments and all that stuff is just gravy.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I find the 20 to 35-year-old crowd likes spinning tops for drinking games.
Yeah, that too. I mean, it's a piece of their childhood, and I mean, it's the original fidget spinner, so it brings back all those memories. My kid loves them. I've made a couple for my kid, and he plays with them, and I spin them, and he's like, "Daddy, top, spin, your turn, your turn." And then I do it, and then the cat comes by and whacks it, and he laughs hysterically, and it's great. And then he runs over and grabs it. Oh, here, daddy, spin. Your turn. So it's cute.
My daughter
uses pictures of your little
in her CODA job for doing the training or whatever the hell it's called. She works with autistic kids, so working with your dexterity of the ones that are have developmental issues, or the autism prevents them from being able to grab. Works on their fine motor skills. That's what it is. And so she takes tops and has them play with them. And of course, they just think it's the neatest damn idea, and they enjoy doing it as opposed to the other exercises that they try to employ to build up the hand dexterity for the kids. So yeah, it's amazing what a top can do for a person, all ages.
Yeah.
Hell, look at us. We make them. How much time do we spend spinning them? It's up for
all the time.
Up for a minute. Yeah, right. Every time I make them, that's what I do.
All the time. Got to test.
Every time I finish one, I give it a test run. I got to test it.
Right.
Make sure it's going to work.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's great. Dust in my eye. Whipped my head around. I guess I had dust on the rim.
Should have had a towel on your head. You would have been all right then.
Yeah, might have worked.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go.
All right, Brenda.
Brenda, did you
Calling
get the
me.
parts?
You're looking real tired, Brenda.
Yes, no, I did not get the parts yet. Nope. Scott did find me the parts real cheap though.
Yep, I heard.
Yeah. So, and he told me to get a soldering iron, so I went and got a soldering iron, and of course the next day then I found one in my garage.
Well, you can always take the other one back.
Yeah. I hate doing that, but yeah.
Now we're going to teach you how to solder, Brenda.
There we go.
If I ever get that part. Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah. I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
Get the email for that t-shirt too.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, but I didn't get it today.
It's crazy. It was supposed to have been there Monday.
Yeah, I only got one. They sent them in 2 separate packages. Did you order them from 2 different places?
No, I think it was the same place.
Huh.
I think.
Well, keep on Amazon so you get at least get your money back, or try to figure out where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first package they've lost, or that I didn't get. I got one in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's waiting for something somewhere. I don't know.
Your other one is done.
Is it?
So you need to send me your address because I don't have your address. You didn't send it to me.
Oh, that's right.
Text it to me, Brenda.
I'll text it to you.
Brenda, here's my blue one.
Yeah.
Here's the back, obviously.
Nice. Yeah. What else you got?
Got my
got
my ghetto tag on it.
Looks good. I know I'm gonna get Cash one. I'll get myself another one. Then I'll have to model it for everybody. Well, I mean, Cash will have to model it for everybody. I mean,
yes.
There you go.
Right.
He's so cute.
Yeah, I was on base the other day at the commissary waiting in line. Had some old guy ask me what wood turning was. Gave him a brief description to it. And he just couldn't wrap his head around a lathe, and it being a wood lathe that you turn wood on. And so, and I'm like, well, no, the lathe's not made out of wood. It's it's made out of metal. You're like, well, no, I can understand turning metal on a lathe, but I just don't understand why you would turn wood. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you?
Oh, how does he think we got wooden bowls?
And I was, so he's like, so what do you make on it? What do you make? Don't admit. And so I started explaining, bowls and cups and boxes. And he's like, well, how do you make a box on a lathe? I'm like, well, that's the term, what it's called, a small vessel, lidded vessel. It's a box. He's like, well, yeah, but a box has got 4 sides on it. I'm like, well, yeah, technically it's got 6, but whatever. He wanted to be a fucking smartass, I'm like, oh my god.
I bet there's wood turning lathes made before metal turning lathes were made.
Well, of course, back in the they were made out of bent over trees.
Yeah.
The old treadles. Not the old treadles, the old pole lathes. Yeah, so I don't know. The guy is in between being a troll and trying to be a smart aleck,
Made your day, right?
Yeah. I was trying to be nice and explain everything, this, that, and the other, and just started being, well, Buck's got 4 sides. And they're like, well, no, technically it's got 6. I go,
yeah.
Come on now, Dane. You really love these guys because you can give them a.
well, yeah, I guess so. I had good restraints, so I just wanted to check out, get my groceries, leave.
All right. See you guys next week.
See you, Brenda.
All right, Brenda.
Bye, Brenda.
Bye.
All right, we're a chatty bunch tonight, aren't we?
Yeah,
we sure are.
So, any of you guys do marching
No.
band or have kids that do marching band?
I did marching band, back in high school. I think we talked about this last week.
Oh yeah.
My wife was in drum and bugle corps.
It's just the middle of marching band season is just nuts.
Football season, that's why it's the middle of marching band season.
Well, exactly right. So, Friday night, my daughter's band has to play at the football game. So that'll end
right
at about 11 o'clock.
And then Saturdays, we have competitions.
They have a competition that they're going to perform at 8:30 in the morning. So they'll have about a 3:30 to 4 o'clock call time on Saturday morning to get back to school. And the kids are dreading it.
Oh, shoot. I still got to prepare for my class tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
I just forgot. And I wondered what was going on. I guess I was muted, but you should have been a smart ass back and said, well, actually, turn a 6-sided and an 8-sided and a 4-sided box on the lathe too. Or a 10-sided.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Yeah, I just couldn't be bothered. I could see he was just being an asshole,
Yeah, some of them have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I'm so sure. At least I can have a pipe now.
Earlier in the week, I guess it was last Friday, tree trimming service came through my back wash.
Okay.
So they're cutting down trees so they on the access path, so they can get their equipment through, and they were going to go up on the south wash to trim trees for the storage company business along their fence line. So they cut all these trees and limbs down so they can get their trucks and equipment through, and they just throw them in the wash.
Oh.
So part of them, some of the trees, butted up against my property line, and then 95% of it was all within the city property responsibility. But regardless, they're the ones that cut it and put it there, and they got the wood chipper, and they could have chipped everything up and taken care of it right then and there. So after I waited till I gave them a day, they didn't clean up their mess, and so I pulled all those limbs and trees, probably up to 6 inches in diameter, blocked in their vehicles where they would need to be able to get back out with their little Bobcat skidder and their 2 tree chippers. So the guy comes down and he starts pulling stuff out and starts getting ready to throw it back over on my property line. And I told him, I go, look, I go, you can't come down here and cut shit and throw it on my land. I go, we're going to have some serious problems here. I go, one, you should have taken care of this before I had to come out here and throw this stuff back impede your equipment on being able to get back out. And the guy goes, he's like, well, we were going to take care of it, before we left. And I'm like, bullshit. I go, none of you guys do anything like that. I go, you try to get over and do as little as possible. You think nobody is looking or paying attention to what's going on, especially out here in the backwashes. Well, we're not like it. And I go, yeah, but here you are, proving that you are like that. I go, just make sure you get all that shit chipped and taken care of. And this guy was so mad. If he could have lunged at me, he would have been a mistake for him. But shitty business.
Well, did they clean it up?
Yeah, they cleaned it up. At the end of the day, when they were trying to pull back out, I stood out on the end of my line drinking a beer, just watching them. They weren't happy.
I bet they enjoyed that.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah, they were fucking pissed.
Did their job right.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, if they would have done it to begin with,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many trees did they cut down that were on your side of the lot line?
Well, that's the thing. None of the trees they cut down were on my side. It was on the other side, but they saw fit to throw it over on my side.
Well, that was nice of them.
So that, really, that took me to the nth degree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And no telling what kind of mess it would have made if you had a flood through there. So
Yeah.
Well, see, that's so this is the wash. This is where the monsoon, and the rain runoff goes. I mean, it's like whitewater rafting when it rains in these ditches. And these ditches are 20-foot long and 15-foot deep. And when it rains, they get anywhere from 5 to 6 foot deep at a minimum. During the runoff, and then when we get an all day rain, they're pushing that 15-foot by 20-foot maximum. It's a lot of water.
Well, it's essentially your flood control.
It is our flood control. And you're going to throw shit out there to impede it and allow stuff to catch on it. Nah, I don't think so. And I'm bordered on a north and south here. This way I've got one that runs north and south, and then right behind my property line is east and west. So it bad news if there's stuff back here in that intersection catches up, and it causes the water to flow up here on the north side. But they were just, trying to do as little as possible. And
if they'd have done it right the first time, it would have probably taken half the work.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
It took them more effort to drag it over on my side than what it would have taken, for them to, after they cut it, then just feed it right through their damn chipper.
Which proves they had no intention of doing the work.
Exactly. And that's what I told the shit that was.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you always got somebody trying to pull something over on you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I told him, I go, you guys keep it up. I go, it's all on camera. I go, always houses back here. We all have camera back here in the wash because we have illegals that come through. I go, we see and we hear everything. I go, so, as you go about the rest of your day and the following day, just make sure you know that you are being watched.
Yep.
100%. What are we doing tomorrow? Okay, I got it all ready. Tool handle and pens tomorrow.
You're doing pens tomorrow?
Tool handles and pens, yeah, and practice sticks and all that stuff. And then following week will be bowls, platters, plates.
Is it just a 2-week class, Kade?
No, it's a 3-week, 9 to 5. So the first day is theory, history, safety, anatomy of the lathe, spindle turning tools, and sharpening all your spindle turning tools, and then practice sticks.
Right on. There you
and
go.
Then or we'll start off with practice sticks, some theory, what I wish I knew before I started, and then tool handle, and then a pen after lunch. And then the final day will be all about bowl turning and faceplate turning. So we start off with theory, history, safety, bowl turning tools, sharpening, bowl turning tools, And then we turn a bowl, a bladder, and a plate.
Nice. So how do you narrow down the list of what I wish I knew before I started turning?
Oh, it's like 5 or 6 pages long. There's probably like
I know,
50.
right?
Yeah,
I bet.
50 avenues things.
Things I wish I knew before I started turning. Everything I know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything Cade knows. Everything Scott knows. Everything Scott knows. That's what I'd like to have known.
And they
You
all get a
wouldn't have known
booklet.
much if you'd have got mine.
Do what, Scott?
You wouldn't have got much if you'd have picked my brain.
Don't sell yourself short.
I got lucky. I had a mentor right off the bat. And I used to go up to his shop up in the foothills of the Sierra once a week for like 6 months. And he just taught me everything he knew. And he was really well known around these parts as a wood turner. So he knew his stuff.
Yeah.
So I took a lot of that guesswork out of the equation for me, thankfully.
Right. Get out that. Yeah, I learned all my crap on my own.
I did some experiment and stuff. He said you got to do that to learn it right. But yeah, his advice really helped me get through all that fog that a lot of beginner wood turners have to deal with.
Right.
Hey guys, I gotta let you go. I worked too much today. I'm tired out.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
Dan, no problem.
See you later. Enjoy your movie. You're gonna watch a movie, right?
My wife called me. She said, I want you to sit by me. I said, okay. So I got an earplug.
I hear a romantic rom-com movie coming on.
Yeah, right.
At your house, right?
51st dates.
All right, guys. You have a great night.
You too.
All right, you too now.
All right.
Yeah, he called me the other day. I didn't recognize the number. All I had was his landline number, and he called me on his cell phone.
Uh-huh.
I was getting ready to go off on him because I thought he was a telemarketer. And he finally spit it out. He was like, dang, this is Dan from the club. I'm like, oh, okay. When you started having that stutter, at the beginning of your saying hello, hey Dane, this is it sounded like a telemarketer.
Click.
Right.
You're a good man, Dane. I never answer any number I don't know.
Well, I kind of do now because of the club. So I'm
easy enough to hang up if you don't.
I open myself up to it, but typically you can tell when it's a telemarketer, because you'll hear that.
Oh,
yeah. They're trying to scramble, to connect to the next open scammer.
Oh, and then their first words are, "Who am I speaking with?" Yeah, that's a giveaway right there.
Yeah. Well, if they call me by my first name, not my real name,
Exactly. Nah. They call me by my first name, so that means you don't know me. So I know you're either a doctor, and if you're a doctor, then I've already got your number in my phone, so I know it's not my doctor's. But yeah, that you call me by my first name, you don't know me, you're a scammer. Or if they say, hello, who is this? Or if they say your name, is that right? Where they're trying to get you to say yes. And so that's one of the scams, they get you to say yes, then how, the various things, the way they work it, well, they've got you confirming that you said yes to it. And so a lot of those charges will go through. So I never say
they
yes.
record you when you say yes, and then they say, see, you said yes to all of this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's why
so,
I'm
so the first time they say hello, anytime they say hello, who am I talking to, I'll start speaking Dutch or Korean to them.
There you go.
I'm like, let them go to voicemail. If they leave me a voicemail, then they deserve a response.
Yeah, but that's too much effort. Now you got to go dial your voicemail, and then you got to listen to the voicemail, and then, oh my God, now you got to call them back. You know, should you have to call them back? Nah, just answer the phone and.
Yeah, I use Google Voice, so it does transcription, so I can read it.
And then if it's a scammer, you know, and you know, for me, I like screwing with them as well. Just as much as they like trying to scam people, I like to screw with them and keep them on the phone as long as possible.
Exactly.
Because I look at it this way, you know, if I can keep them on the phone with me, then that's less time they have, you know, getting somebody else that's susceptible to being had.
Whenever I know it's a scammer, I'll say, "You order pizza? You want to order pizza?" And they're like, "What? You want to order pizza?"
Fried rice?
And they're like, they hang up.
Pork fried rice. You want pork fried rice? Yeah, I do that too. Yep.
Yeah.
Then I'll spin them up. You know, I'll entertain them. I'll act like, you know, they got me going, and you know, and I'll give them, you know, fake routing ID numbers and account numbers, and they'll be like, "Oh, can you try a different? Do you have a different bank?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got a different bank," and I'll give them another bank routing ID number and made up account number, and they just get all giddy, and they'll get other people on the line. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. You know, yeah, it's got 9 digits, you know, for the routing ID, and yeah, it's within that, you know, between 1 and 4, you know, it's there, but the account number is not working.
Yeah. Well, you can just go online and look up any bank's routing number.
Well, of course, well,
in the country.
I've got 28 years of doing taxes. You know, most of the routing ID numbers I have right up here. You know, I can just spit them off. You know, so now it's just a matter of making up an account. And, well, are you sure it's your account number? I'm like, yeah. Are you sure you're entering it right? I'm like, fuck, I'm looking at my statement right now. I'm looking at my bank card. Well, what are you guys doing wrong? You know, come on, I want to get my $3,000 you said I'm entitled to. Come on, you got to help me out. I really need it. They're like, well, hold on a minute. Let me transfer you. Oh, yeah. Can we get those numbers again? Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious to do that.
Yeah, the ones that call you and you got your warranty is expired. Well,
oh yeah.
Did it expire on? Sure. Well, they can't tell you which car it
expired on.
Yeah, right. Right.
That car I don't have.
Warranty expired.
Which vehicle? Oh, I don't have one of those.
Yeah. I got 3 vehicles. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Or they called about the duct cleaning. They're like, what size house you have? Oh, I'm like, yeah, 4-bedroom. Like, how many furnaces you have? I'm like, 2. They're like, oh, really? You need duct cleaning? I'm like, yeah. You come tomorrow? He's like, oh yeah, tomorrow we'll be there. I'm like, okay. You want my address? They're like, yeah. I sent him to some obnoxious random address.
Some random. Yep.
Send him to one of the local hotels or something.
Yeah, or I'm driving my kid to school and I see them show up at a random address I gave them. I start laughing and wave at them.
That's awesome.
I've done that. I give them the address to a local Taco Bell. They would show up at the Taco Bell.
Or keep them on and ask them some dumb questions or this or that. Or, oh, yeah, how many this and how many? Oh, okay, this. Yeah, okay, that. Yeah, sure. When you come.
Yeah. How long would that take? Yeah. I got a leaky faucet. Can you fix that too?
Yep.
Yeah, we're sorry bunch when we give all these scammers a bad time, right?
Yeah, well,
entertaining. Waste their time because they're out to waste yours.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to give them more than a bad time. There's a special place in hell for those people.
Yeah. Hey, even the other day,
advantage of the elderly. Yeah, it just.
Oh, it drives
me.
me. Yeah. It's amazing even how many text messages I get. Like, oh, Canada Post missed you. They're trying to send you a package. Click
Oh
the
yeah,
link. Or
I've been getting those
bank
lately.
charges, or your package wasn't delivered, or your bank such and such at Scotia Bank, something happened here and I don't even have a Scotia Bank account. Like, what are you talking about? It's like so many people that get railroaded by those text messages or voice messages. It's absurd. I just click them, block them, delete them. And it's another number out of Middle East or somewhere.
Yeah, they do the same thing down here, but with FedEx and UPS. There was a problem, or Amazon. There was a problem delivering your package. Click the below link, or oh, we've got updated tracking information for your UPS or FedEx package.
Or your
Screw you. I go through the website. I don't need to go through a damn text message.
Yeah, exactly. Or the IRS or the CRA or like the credit or your tax people. Try and get you that way.
Well, locally here in California lately, there's been scammers that they send you a text message saying your Geek Squad at Best Buy, your warranty's your warranty's run out, so we took money out of your $500 out of your account. If you want to stop this, then click on this link.
Right.
It wasn't from Best Buy or anybody else. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't have any warranties at Best Buy, let alone I'm going to click on this link.
Yeah, every now and then I'll get a message, saying, oh,
they claim they already took the money, so
credit,
it makes you panic and want to click on the link to make it stop.
Right.
Yeah,
they'll send a message. They'll say your credit card has put a tentative stop on a charge of $600 for X whatever was purchased.
Yeah.
Now I respond back and I'm like, well, it wasn't $600. It was $6,000. And then crickets. I'll get crickets. I'm like, no, it wasn't 600. It was 6,000. I'll add a zero to whatever number it is.
Or you overpaid.
Make it sound like they already took the money, and to make it stop, you have to contact them through the link, and it's like
people panic.
You never have to do, and your bank never contacts you like that.
Oh hell no!
No, exactly. Or Netflix or Prime. It's like, oh, we overcharged you for so many months of service. Click here for your $400 refund. It's like, yeah, right.
That right.
But it's amazing how people fall for it.
I know. It's crazy.
Even more complex schemes. There's I know personal friends. Here within the turning group. That's fallen for major thousands of dollars, and it's like, one, oh my God, why didn't you ask me about it beforehand to see my thoughts on it?
I know that
in the
stuff.
Finance industry. I've seen it. I know it. I can spot it a mile away.
My mom has an overwhelming desire to ensure that those things aren't correct by, following the link and verifying it. I'm like, you
just gave them all the information they needed.
Yeah, and I'm just like, there's nobody out there that you do business with that's going to contact you this way ever. Nobody.
Ever. Nope.
And she just, she wants to click that link.
Yeah, you get the email. Best advice, for the elderly. Delete. You don't know who it's from. Delete.
Oh yeah.
Don't even bother opening it up.
And half the time, when you go to the bottom of those emails and it says unsubscribe, if you push that button, you'll get even 10 times more emails like that. Then you're not unsubscribing to anything. They're actually selling more of your information when you do that.
Right.
You're just confirming that you exist.
Yeah, they're confirming. Oh, this is a good email address, so they sell it.
Yeah, we got it. We got a live one here.
Yeah. Or some of the emails I get that the grammar or the punctuation or the sentence structure or the English isn't correct. Like it almost looks like it was a foreign language translated to English.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
you can tell.
nope, I'm good. Click.
Well,
delete.
there's always there's a little bit of a misspelling or something in it.
Yeah, somewhere.
In a legitimate business, they always proofread it.
Yes, they do. Well, they know how to hit. They know how to hit that spell. They know how to hit that spell check button.
Check. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So if it's got even a just one letter out of place, it's bogus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's crazy the amount of people that fall for it, too.
Well, they wouldn't do it if they didn't have a lot of people falling for it.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it if they didn't have
right.
people suckered in.
Kate, if you'll send me 1,000, I'll send you $1 million.
Huh?
Pardon?
I said, if you send me 1,000, I'll send you $1 million.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh yeah.
Is that it?
There you go. Sounds like a good deal to me, right?
How much do I get if it's 1,100?
Or another good one. Another good one is
How
your
much
long
for 2
lost.
million?
Another good one is your long lost loved one or your long lost relative has no one to give their inheritance down to anyone, so they want you to inherit their inheritance of $6 million.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Just needs your account so we can deposit it.
Yeah. Or they sit there, just send us a fee of $1,000 processing fee, and we'll deposit that money right away.
Or a blank check.
And you know, the one that I don't understand is the one where people are scammed, where they're told to go buy whatever type of gift card.
Yes, that too.
You know, you get an email and it says, "Yeah, go buy these gift cards
and send them to
upload, and then upload them online." How does that even sound legit? You got to go buy a gift card, put $500 on it in order to receive money back.
You know what the gift? Well, you know what the gift card did? It's actually laundered the money, so they can't trace it back because it's on a gift card account.
Good call,
but,
Scott.
But the laundered money was never put on the gift card. The gift card came from a law-abiding citizen.
Right, but then they can't trace it back.
The dirty money is still over here.
Well, when you go into a grocery store and buy a gift card, they don't ask you a bunch of information. Usually, they just pass it through. You give them the cash and you walk out. Well, right then and there.
On that end of it, yes, that's
so basically they've laundered the money because your name is no longer attached to the money. It's on the
right. But I'm saying, the people that say go buy these gift cards and then send us the gift card information.
Oh yeah,
those ones I don't
get that either. It's like, really, you're gonna go buy gift cards and give them the account information and
right. But you can only buy, should a store have it on hand, which I guess the larger ones would, but you can only do 4,500 in a month.
Oh yeah, you can only put so much on them.
And that trend, and then it's going to be reported to the feds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can only put so much on those cards anyway.
Right.
So. Before something goes ding,
or buy so many, and then the red line's going to go up. They know what's going on.
That's why a lot of those places that do that, they don't ask for a lot. They'll be happy to get like, $400 or $500 in gift card money, and they'll promise you the moon for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they can get like 10 people to do that a day, that's a good day for those scammers. I mean, that's $5,000.
Yeah. Yep.
They can get 10 people out of the 1,000 people they call that day, or robocall that day, or email out that day. They made some money, and usually it's only 1 or 2 people that pull that. It's not like a huge room. I mean, it's robocalling, and then when somebody